That's actually one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was, I've seen lots of people try to transition the sales practice in real estate from one to another. Mm-hmm. You and your dad have done it better than anyone I've seen in 20 years. And so tell me about how, you thought about that? What was the strategy behind it?
I don't think there's really a huge strategy involved in it. I just think that because we share the same last name is the biggest benefit we had.
Yep.
Most people that have been in the business as long as my dad was have established relationships with a bunch of buyers and sellers have relationships with a bunch of different people.
Yeah. I've like I say, I've known you for close to 20 years now. Mm-hmm. I've never seen you be in a rush.
I learned very quickly in the first couple of years in the business that I don't need to be jumping every time the phone rings, right? If it's important enough, they'll call you back. Yep. Now, don't get me wrong, there's been times where, I've called people back and they're like, oh, I just called someone else because you didn't answer.
Yeah.
But you can't, the work-life balance has to be there. And if it's not there, you're just going to burn out.
Yeah. Today's going to be a great interview. My dear friend Ian Angus is here to talk to us. Ian has been in the business for over 17 years now, and Ian's dad actually was kind of running a business here, a real estate business here in Nova Scotia, and Ian relocated from Ontario here to Nova Scotia to kind of take over the family business there. And one of the things that's the hardest to do in the industry here is have a seamless transition between one salesperson to the next, and these guys did it better than anyone I've ever seen. The other thing that you'll know about Ian, if you know him, is that he has completely dominated an area for the entire time that he's been in the real estate business. He's got a Beechville-Lakeside-Timberlea area that, if you think about selling a house in that area, there's no way you can think of anyone other than Ian Angus. And so he's going to talk to us a little bit about geographic farming, talk a little bit about how he stays organized in his life, carrying dozens and dozens of listings at any given time with really just him and an assistant. So super excited to have a great conversation with him and what turns out to be, I believe, a great opponent on the pool table as well. So look forward to that, and we'll get into that now. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Look forward to talking real estate, and then I assume I'm going to get my butt kicked at pool, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
We'll see.
Tell me about what you were doing before real estate. I know you've been here for a while now, but
17 years here now. So before that, I was the director of Canadian operations for AMCO Transmissions.
AMCO Transmissions. Okay.
So I looked after 70 transmission shops across Canada and the U.S. Okay. Help people grow their business, hire and fire people, and mechanics are good at fixing cars, but they're not good at running a business. So that's where I came in and helped them.
Franchise? So that was that franchise?
Franchises.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, and I also sold the franchises too. And
you know,
it's a breeze selling real estate compared to selling transmission franchises.
I can imagine. Yeah. And what caused you to get into business? I know your dad was in the real estate business.
My father was in the real estate business, and I was traveling a lot. My kids were young at the time, and he kept on bugging me to come out here and take over for him because he wanted to retire and not just let it go away.
Yep.
He'd established a very good business. So
absolutely. And you were in Ontario and moved here.
We were in Milton, Ontario, just outside of Toronto, and then I talked my wife into doing that. My now ex-wife. But anyway, some things did work out, some didn't.
I have the same story as you. I moved here with a girl, and Nova Scotia worked out. That's what I would say. So.
But I took over my dad's business, and he stuck around for 2.5, 3 years and showed me the ropes. And
that's actually one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was, I've seen lots of people try to transition the sales practice in real estate from one to another. Mm-hmm. You and your dad have done it better than anyone I've seen in 20 years. And so tell me about how, you thought about that? What was the strategy behind it?
I don't think there's really a huge strategy involved in it. I just think that because we share the same last name is the biggest benefit we had.
Yep.
Most people that have been in the business as long as my dad was have established relationships with a bunch of like buyers and sellers have relationships with a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
But they use that agent because they've used them forever.
Yeah.
But when they retire and they hand their business off to someone else, there's no relationship there.
Totally. Yeah.
Right? There was no relationship between my dad's clients and me either.
Right. Yeah.
But we shared the same last name. We live in the same area. Yeah. I came around with him on appointments and stuff like that, and we started advertising for 3 years together. So it just happened to work out.
I don't think it just happened to work out. Like, I think you guys took the appropriate amount of time, first of all, because I think people try and do it in 3 months, and that just seems too short to me. And yes, it does help that you have the same last name, but you and your dad, I know your dad as well, you're very different people in a lot of ways, and so, you know.
That's for sure.
Well, and you know, presumably, you know, those people have to be comfortable with you, just like they were with your dad, and so, you know, you guys thought a lot about it. And I think you also carried on without a beat in that area that you were living in, because that's a whole other thing too. It's not just the people that you already know, but you know, you continued to market to that same area and probably even grew that.
I mean, I did that seminar a few months back on geofarming.
Yeah,
and, you know, that's really helps.
It's been a big part of your business. So that's another thing I wanted to ask you about is, you know, again, maybe it was a little bit ready-built, the area that you were going to choose. Yeah. But you know, what are the things that you do to kind of attack that area?
Boy,
it's a lot.
You know, it is a lot. And I mean, I think people need to spend at least 10% of their income back into their reinvest it back into their business, right? With advertising, marketing, whatever. Yeah. So, you know, it's focusing on sponsoring events, local events, like the school events, the local athletes, stuff like that, and advertising that you do that, not to the point where, you know, you're annoying people, you know, because people know that I'm doing that in order to get business. They're not dumb. But if you keep beating them to death with that, they're going to be like, yeah, this guy's just in it for the money. Don't get me wrong, I want to get paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But I also like the community I live in. You know, I'm not living in Dartmouth and then, you know, trying to generate business here, or I'm an agent that, you know, claims that they can do the whole province. Right. I don't. Right?
Absolutely.
I'm like 30 minutes outside of Timberlea.
Well, it's so funny because, you know, we just were talking to Kevin, who, you know, we were talking about it kind of in between doing a couple of these, and like his philosophy is, I'll go anywhere, right? And so you have a very different philosophy, and you know, equally, if not more successful in that respect, right? And
well, so I don't think anybody can sit here and claim that, you know, they know every area of Nova Scotia. I don't.
Absolutely.
You know, 30 minutes might be a little stretch. Like I go further than that, obviously, but you know, it's claiming that you know the entire province. I don't know what the school's like in Tatamagouche, right?
Absolutely,
or Pugwash.
But I would say you have very carefully over 17 years, and maybe prior to that with your dad doing it as well, like the area that you're in is Timberlea, and there is nobody on earth who knows more about Timberlea than you know about Timberlea, I think, right? So
it's true, but I mean, I also look at it like Timberlea is part of the BLT, so
fair enough.
Beechville-Lakeside-Timberlea, and then you have Hubli, Lewis Lake. So those are the main areas where the majority of my listing business comes from. Right? I don't keep all my eggs in one basket. That's just bad business. But I've been doing the same advertising and sponsorships in those areas for 17 years. And I might get 1 or 2 deals in Beechville a year. Right? Bunch in Timberlea, I get more business in Hubli and Lewis Lake than I do in Beechville. But I've been advertising for the same amount of time with the same like it's not like I don't focus on Beechville. So it really, you know, you could advertise in a spot forever and get nothing.
But that's one of the things I've noticed you've done in comparison to your dad. And maybe he just didn't talk about it as much, but I remember having conversations with you sort of 12 years ago about growing that geographic area. Like he was very just one neighborhood kind of, or small handful.
He wanted to be just in Timberlea, and that's it, right? Whereas I wanted to expand outside that area, like just grow the circle. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was just Timberlea, obviously, when I first started, that was it. And then we moved out to Beechville-Lakeside, Hubli, Lewis Lake. So basically exit 2 to exit 5 off the 103.
Yeah.
I'm your guy.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. Yeah, and you very effectively built that for sure. So.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about the breakdown, because I think this is super interesting about your business as well, between how many listings you'll take on in a year and sell versus how many buyers you tend to work with. And maybe it's changed over the years.
It's changed a little bit over the last couple of years because things have just tightened up a little bit. But typically it's like a 85-15 split.
Yes. Yeah.
85% of my business is listing.
Yeah.
And then 15% is buyers.
Yeah.
It could be more with buyers, but I usually just, it's a lot of people sign calls on my own listings.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'll double end a listing,
Yeah.
but if it's a first-time home buyer or something like that, then I hand it off to someone else, so they're getting proper representation.
I love that, yeah. And there's two things that either you've kept carefully guarded from people, or people just haven't taken the time to get to know about you that I know about you. The first is you're sneakily one of the best organized people I've ever met in my life. And so, maybe you could talk about how you handle as much business as you do. It's just you basically doing your thing. You have some assistance, but not even sort of full-time help there in a lot of ways.
My assistant's in
right?
Montreal.
Yeah, exactly. So,
she's not local.
So tell me how do you manage the amount that you manage?
Well, in the beginning, I was like every other agent that's new to the business.
Yep.
I was out every Tuesday doing, the agents' tours to familiarize myself with the areas because I was coming from Ontario.
Yeah.
I had lived in Bedford back in the 80s, but things have changed.
Yes.
Right? Things have changed a little bit. So anyway, going out on those agents' tours all the time, not just learning the areas, but getting to know my colleagues.
Yep.
Like going out with different people, not going out with the same people all the time.
Yeah.
And just figuring out different things about different houses, right?
Yeah.
Like different heating sources, there's so much to learn as a new agent.
Yeah.
And, my dad could only teach me so much. So I would do that. I have a day timer.
Yeah.
It's not dated. I date it myself. It's just blank.
Okay.
And I write down today's date or like the next 3 days.
Yeah.
And I have a list of things to do.
Yeah.
Now, my assistants will tell you if they look at my book, if they see something getting moved over day after day, it's something I don't want to do or something I don't want to deal with, right? Yeah. So it'll be like, call this person, then it's on Monday. Yeah. It's there again on Tuesday. Yeah. But I keep moving it because I'm eventually going to do it. Yeah. And I eventually do it. But keeping, trying to remember things in your head is impossible.
But you never... I've like I say, I've known you for close to 20 years now. Mm-hmm. I've never seen you be in a rush. You know what I mean? I've never seen you hurried to kind of get something out the door. You had urgency on things, but you're always just sort of you just got it.
I learned very quickly in the first couple of years in the business that I don't need to be jumping every time the phone rings, right? Mm-hmm. If it's important enough, they'll call you back. Yeah. Yep. Now, don't get me wrong. There's been times where I've called people back and they're like, "Oh, I was just calling someone else because you didn't answer." Yeah. But you can't the work-life balance has to be there. And if it's not there, you're just going to burn out. Yeah. And that's why, you either get super frustrated that you're not doing any business because you're working all the time, or you get frustrated that you're working all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the balance has to be there. So I learned 2-3 years in, right, basically when my dad retired, that I make the schedule. Yeah, that's right? Great. Yeah. So, you remember at the old office, I'd have 2-hour lunches all the time.
100%. Yeah.
Not that that's the best thing to do, and I don't advise it to everyone, but I was just not available between 11 and 1. Yep. And if people wanted to call me, great, I'll call you back.
And honestly, you and I have played golf hundreds of times at this point, right? Yep. And I'm the guy who's rushing in 3 minutes before the tee time and slamming my trunk, and you've been there warming up for 20 minutes because you've got yourself sort of organized.
It goes in my calendar. So, it goes in my calendar, and then I know, hey, let me check. No, CMA, sorry, I can't.
Anyways,
I'm busy.
I do say that you're sneaky organized because, there are people who are doing, a tenth of the business you are who don't make the time for themselves, and they're always rushing, right? And so that's kind of neat to hear that, you have prioritized your time for yourself, which is good.
Well, you just have to be, you said, organized. If you're doing 15 to 20 deals a year and you say you have no time, well, how are you going to do when you're doing 40 or 50 deals a year?
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do it then.
Agreed, yeah. The other thing that I know about you that I don't think a lot of people know about you is how much you actually do for your community. You touched on it there when you were talking about like sponsorship, but you know, like that's an important thing for you, I think. So
definitely.
you know, how maybe just walk me through some of the things you actually do sponsor. And,
I don't think we have enough time.
I know, yeah.
You know, I sponsor, like I said, I sponsor local athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, I get calls like crazy.
I'm sure.
And I turn down more than I sponsor,
I'm sure.
obviously. There's probably about half a dozen like athletes that I do. I've been on the SAC, Student Activity Council, I think that's what it's called, for the elementary school for the last decade.
Yeah.
I host.
Just to be clear, your kids are now grown and gone now too. So
my kids never went to the school.
Okay,
No.
even better. Yeah, even better.
When we originally moved here, we were in Hammonds Plains.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then so they never went to that.
But you're on the council.
I'm on the council. I sponsor their elementary school event every June. I'm their main sponsor. What else? We do Canada Day event. We like one of my clients was our ex-premier.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, you know, I'm tied in with him a little bit with regards to doing community events.
Yeah,
you know, I'll
great.
keep my political views to myself.
Yep.
But we both have the same name too, so it kind of helps. People
right,
mix us up all the time.
Yeah,
but
right.
you know, we do that. We serve breakfast on Canada Day. Then we have like events during the afternoon. And
Love it. Yeah.
fireworks have been a struggle with the weather, and you know. So, anyways, do that. You know, client-wise, you know, in October I'm delivering pumpkins to all my clients.
Yeah.
We do, you know, other events where, you know, people are just coming out to help local charities out. We have we have not a food bank, but we have these food lockers in the, that's not the real, what they're called, but pantries, that's what they're called. Right. There's pantries. There's one at the dental office and one by Ian Rankin's office. And, you know, every event that I host, I ask people to bring canned goods for that. We do an Easter event. My wife dresses up as the Easter Bunny. Our grandkids still don't know that it's her.
No way.
They've been there 3 years in a row, and they don't know it's
Must be
Paula.
Quite a good costume.
Well, the Easter Bunny doesn't talk.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And I also do a food drive with someone who's part of the BLT Homeowners Association. We do a food drive at Christmas time for, I think it was 55 families last year.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So we collect donations from all around and businesses and stuff like that, and then we go out and deliver, you know, 3 or 4 bags of groceries to people so they have food over the holidays.
Love it. That's amazing.
So,
that's cool. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about, you know, you've kind of, you know, you and your dad would have been a team, I guess, arguably. You've kind of experimented with, you know, different assistant arrangements and something like that. You talked about having an assistant who currently lives in Montreal. Like, you know, how do you think about support for your business? Like, what are you looking for there?
What am I looking for?
Yeah, or what have you
in a perfect world, my assistant wouldn't live in Montreal.
Okay.
And she'd be here and she'd be licensed, and I could send her
to do stuff
and write deals and show houses and everything else, and I'd make more money, she'd make more money, and we'd all be happy. But that's not the case. So she's in Montreal now, and she still does all my paperwork and everything else. I mean, she doesn't write deals or anything for me. I do all that, but and then I have a couple of agents here that I'd give my sign calls to.
Love that.
Just I get people asking me for them all the time.
I'm sure.
Because over the years, people realize that I don't deal with a lot of buyers. And when I get the sign calls, I don't hand them off all the time, but, you know, I have some extra deals to give out. Now, I used to do a lot of bank repo work, which has kind of dried up since COVID, because everyone's, you know, their homes have grown in value and they have more equity in the homes so they can pay off debts, and there's not as many as...
That'll come again, though.
It'll come back. Everything's cyclical, right?
Absolutely. So. Yeah, totally. Can you maybe just talk to me about how you keep in touch with this, you know, massive number of past clients that you have? Is there anything different? I honestly
don't think that I keep in touch with people enough. Like I hear other agents saying how much they keep in touch with their client, like their sphere of influence. And I think I could do a lot more business if I actually focused a little bit more on that. Now, don't get me wrong. I still, like 50% of my business is in that area. Oh, so they see my signs all the time. Yeah. They get a postcard every month. Yeah. The whole area gets a postcard. Yeah. So, you know, the events that we just discussed. Yeah. So I'm top of mind for local people anyway.
Totally. Yeah.
But with regards to the other thing, like I'll send people Christmas cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, in a perfect world, I'd love to touch base with people on their birthdays all the time. Like I'll do it on Facebook. Yeah. But I know people handwrite cards and stuff like that, which is a little more hands-on. Yeah. I wish I did that, but I don't.
Yeah, that's okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think I do enough, but I can always do more. And people that are doing the other stuff that I don't do could always do more stuff too. Yeah. There's always more to do. Now, I did the whole Richard Robbins stuff and all that before when I first started. But, you know, this whole touching 30 or 40 times is...
Well, but to your point, though, the people in your neighborhood, they see you every month on the postcard.
But I'm not doing that
intentionally
to them. I'm not calling them up. I'm not emailing them. I'm not sending it personalized to them. It's direct ad mail. They get it. They look at it.
Yeah. Listen, I think you're adding so much value to that group that's in that geographic area that, and like you say, 50% of the people you know live there anyway, right? Yeah. And so I think that's why.
I mean, I look at other people. Video has become a big thing these days. Yeah. No offense, guys. I mean, that's your gig, but it's not my thing.
Not your thing,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I see a lot of agents doing a lot of good stuff on video, but I see the majority just phone in their face and talking about a house, and all you're seeing is their face, right? And you're not really talking about me. That's not what people want to hear.
Yeah, that's right.
People want to see the house, know what it costs, and get an idea of what the house is like, not, hey, call me. And then, you know, we talked about all the events that I sponsor and everything like that. I don't make it a habit of bragging about those things. Yeah. And I see people online again, hey, I do this, part of my commission goes to this and that. And like, that's great, but you're not doing it for self-promotion. Well, some are.
Yeah, I know. But that's the other thing that I had known about you is that I don't think I've ever been in a moment where you didn't just say what you thought. You know what I mean? You're an authentic guy, right? And so that's authentic to you to not go out and say, oh, I sponsor all these things. It's almost hard, you know, like even in this conversation, it's hard to get it out of you, right?
Because my clients went to an open house with an agent from this office and were told that, oh yeah, Ian's great, I like him, but he rubs people the wrong way sometimes. I'm like, I don't know, that's probably true. Yeah. It's probably true, but I like to think I don't take any crap, and people just aren't used to that.
I agree.
90% of the agents aren't going to want to have conflict. Not that I want to have conflict with people. But if you're doing something wrong or irritating, I'm going to point it out, and I'm sure I've done it too. I know I have.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we play some pool? Stop here and we'll play a little bit of pool and see how that goes.
All right, we'll see how it goes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Right.
No, it won't be.
Oh yeah, that is a good break. What'd you drop? Was it a solid?
Solid.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. So, you know, I know you're a bit of a golfer. Tell me what it is you like to relax. What do you like to do when you relax? Still open, right?
Yeah, still open.
Still open?
Still open, okay, yeah. Great. Got the solids all set up for you there.
You really do. Right?
I do. Relaxing, just hanging out at home with the wife and the grandkids. Yeah. We have 3 of them right now. And my
screwed it up.
My daughters, my daughters don't have any grandkids yet, so sure I'll be waist deep in grandkids for a very long time.
You should be, yeah.
And then, you know, as you know, I like to golf and what else?
That is terrible.
We have our boat and hanging out at the lake is nice. I wish I could do that more often, but you know, it's a miss. And it's 5 minutes away, but that's great. You know, once we build the new house, I think
you'll be down there.
Be spending a lot more time. It's easier just to walk down the lawn.
Is it really? Yeah.
Then pack up the kids and
no doubt. Yeah.
drive all the way over. So.
Your wife is indirectly in the business as well. How do you guys kind
Yeah,
of manage that? Do you talk about business all the time? Are you able to kind of separate it?
We bounce things. No, we bounce things off each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you know, she wants to know certain things about certain properties, and you know, I want to know about rates all the time. And
yep.
Oh, buddy, you're killing me here.
Oh my gosh, the guy here. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Hooking.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Well handled.
And then, yeah, we discuss that stuff on a regular basis.
Yep. Does she handle mortgages for you?
For the most part, shockingly, no.
Yeah.
Most of my clients are already set up.
Yeah, fair enough. And I guess if you're on the sell side more than the buy side, there's a little less opportunity anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going well now for you.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was in.
Thank goodness. Yeah. All right. What sort of what do you have any kind of like investment properties? Do you have anything like that I know you own a couple?
Well, obviously we own the house that we live in.
Yeah.
I own a rental property in Beechville.
So in your market area, you have one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we have the lot that we have a 4-acre lake lot that we're going to be building our forever home on.
Yep. Yeah. That's cool.
I mean, that's the plan. I hear that all the time. It's our forever home, and it usually doesn't work out that way. But
well, you wouldn't be in as good a business if that was the case, right?
The 3 Ds of real estate: death, debt, and divorce.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, there's a lot of that we deal with every day, isn't it? Uh-oh, this doesn't bode well for me.
Let's see what we can do here. Did I do it? Give it enough? Oh, God, it's got hands.
Fairly squared away down there now, though. So you're really cutting off that side of the table. This is always a tricky one, I would say. But like, if you could go back and erase one mistake that you've made in the business, whether it's with a client or you spent some money on something that was a bad investment or whatever. Like, what mistake?
Well, that Mercedes that I had was it's a little expensive, but. No, if I could go back, I think we talked about it before, like being in contact with clients more.
Yeah.
I think I would
go back
implement that.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, geez.
I gotta leave myself
nicely now. Yeah. All right, I like it.
Nope.
Oh, just a minute, just barely.
Uh-oh.
What's on the...
Sewer.
No, you're good. Anything on the horizon for you? Anything that you're trying to add in to either your business or you want to, you're going to go a different direction, invest more?
Well, I got to watch all the pennies building a new house, right?
Yeah,
so that's going to be a first for me. I mean, I've gone through the process not a million times, but a couple of 100 times with clients.
Yeah.
And shot.
Thanks. Back here.
And now I'm going to go through the process myself, right from scratch, right? So.
Yep, for sure. Any changes to your business, like new area that you're going to add into kind of the market area?
There.
Oh boy.
No,
just kind of carry on. And
I think I'm going to carry on. I mean, I always tried to talk myself into, after I lose a listing presentation to someone in an area, going, you know what, I'm just going to flood that area with my face.
Yeah.
But I usually don't do it. So,
What about, I know you're a ways off of retirement still, but
You guys got that on video, right?
I hope so, yeah. Are you any interest in your kids? Are they going to get into the business? Like, what are you going to do with
That's
your
their,
business?
according to them, that's their plan B.
Okay.
If things don't work out.
Yeah? Down in the corner. Yeah. No!
Oh, are you going to leave it right in front of the hole for me?
Oh, almost.
I'll put it back here.
Okay, sounds good. Nicely done. Nicely
game,
done,
buddy.
sir. That was good. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah. Well, that's
You got
great.
that on
Appreciate
video,
it.
right?
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you coming in and doing this. It was a lot of fun. So,
Oh, that was fun. And I'm glad I won.
Yeah.